Hi, this is Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Thursday, March 13th, 2008, and this is episode 16 of our weekly Campaign 2008 Roundup. As you know, Hillary Clinton had a big night on March 4th, and then Barack Obama followed up with decisive victories in two smaller contests in Wyoming and Mississippi. Now, the emotions in this campaign are running about as hot as they have been at any time in the last 2 months, but we now face about 6 weeks until the next contest, which is in Pennsylvania on April 22nd. And what that means is we've got a still very intense, very competitive campaign, but no races that will allow the campaign to pivot in one direction or another. So what is the campaign going to focus on over the next 6 weeks? Now, the first thing to watch is what happens to those disputed delegates in Michigan and Florida. Remember, Michigan and Florida late last year decided to break the DNC's rules and push their primaries up into January. The DNC responded by decertifying those primaries, basically meaning that you can hold them, but we're not going to count them for the Democratic nomination battle. They went ahead and did so. The candidates agreed not to contest those primaries, but after the fact, Hillary Clinton is now saying that they should in fact be counted and the delegates should be seated at the Democratic Convention in Denver. So where does that leave us? Hillary Clinton wants those delegates seated. Barack Obama would just assume not have them seated at all and move ahead with the way things are right now because he's already winning. Now, Hillary Clinton has a big problem because she wants to change the rules mid-course. Everybody agreed not to count those delegates, and now she wants to change that. On the other hand, Barack Obama has a problem too, because these are two really big states, and there are millions of Democrats in these states that want their voice heard. So the logical point is to come to some point of compromise on a redo. That's something that I think neither side can really make a strong argument against. The problem there is that there are still all sorts of logistical problems to just how do you organize a primary on this short a notice, you do a second one, how will it be run, etc. So watch really closely how this debate goes forward, because that's the one thing over the next 6 weeks that these two campaigns really have to joust about. Now, point two, what is Hillary Clinton's strategy right now? Barack Obama supporters are pointing out that she's behind in pledged delegates and it seems extremely unlikely that she's going to catch up. You can also point out that she's way behind in popular votes, about 700,000 or 800,000, as long as you don't include the disputed primaries in Michigan and Florida. So what's her strategy? It seems to be to have her campaign cut Barack Obama up so bad over the next 6 weeks and going forward that a consensus develops within the Democratic Party and even among a lot of his supporters that he's simply too damaged to be a viable general election candidate. And then the superdelegates decide to go with her, giving her the number of delegates needed to secure the nomination. So who's the stronger general election candidate? A few weeks ago, Barack Obama seemed to have a decided advantage in being better equipped to go against John McCain than Hillary Clinton. But more recent polls have showed him with only a marginal advantage, maybe only within the margin of error in terms of how they both stand up against John McCain. So keep an eye on each of these questions and each of these variables. These are what the campaigns are going to be jousting over the next several weeks, as they don't have actual campaigns to fight over and pivot off of. I'm Josh Marshall from TPM Media, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.